Hey everybody, welcome back to the Wolf Pit with another episode of What Are We Eating? Today we're trying Stouffer'S new slow roasted steak and mashed potato bowlful, which consists of slow roasted steak with vegetables over mashed potatoes made with real cream and gravy. This 13.5 ounce slow roasted steak and mashed potato meal costs $3.79, which sounds a bit pricey to me, but if it's good, it might be worth the extra money. This meal is made with real cream, has 22 grams of protein, and premium meat, the satisfaction you love from Stouffer'S. Now the picture on the box of the roasted steak and potato bowl looks absolutely amazing. Let's just hope it looks like that when we open it up. Now here's the long list of ingredients, and I don't see any TVP in the meat, so that's great news. But I'm not 100% sure if the meat is a 4-meat slurry concoction or not, but we'll be able to tell in just a couple minutes. The whole slow roasted steak and mashed potato bowlful has 370 calories, 15 grams of total fat, 7 grams of saturated fat, no trans fat, 35 milligrams of cholesterol, 1,250 milligrams of sodium, 36 grams of carbohydrates, 4 grams of fiber, 7 grams of sugars, and 22 grams of protein. Now the only way they have to heat the bowlful is in the microwave oven. So let's get it out of the box and heat it up. I wanted to take a sneak peek inside the bowl, but it looks like we're supposed to leave the film on while we heat it. So the directions say to microwave on high for 4 minutes. After heating for 4 minutes in the microwave, we need to open up the bowl and give it a stir. I wanted to keep everything separate so we could try them separately, and then we'll mix it all together. Now at first glance, that meat looks like a real piece of meat. I mean like a really good piece of meat, not a 4-meat slurry concoction. Once we've mixed the slow roasted steak and the mashed potatoes, cover the bowl back up and microwave for another 3 minutes, and then let it rest for 1 minute. After cooking for a total of 7 minutes and resting for 1 minute, our slow roasted steak and mashed potato bowlful is ready. So we gave the mashed potatoes a mix and tried them first. Besides the mashed potatoes being hot as lava when I popped them into my mouth, they were quite good. A little underseasoned, but I expected that since the whole meal is meant to be mixed together, and I'm sure the gravy will add a lot of the missing flavor. Then we gave the slow roasted steak and vegetables a mix. I scooped up a fairly good sized, good looking piece of steak covered in gravy. And that to me is a real piece of meat. Now just like I do with my balls, meatballs that is, I suck the gravy off to try the gravy on its own, and then the steak on its own. So into my face orifice and down the gullet it went. The gravy was good, but a little on the salty side, which I think will tone down once everything is mixed together. As soon as I bit into the meat, I closed my eyes in disbelief. I slowed my chewing rate down by about half so I could understand what exactly was happening. This piece of slow roasted steak is by far the very best textured and flavored piece of beef I've ever had in a frozen meal. Next we tried the green beans and carrots, which also looked really good. But they weren't really good. They weren't awful, they just weren't that good. Kind of waxy and plastic texture with no flavor. Next we mixed up the meal to try it as it's meant to be eaten, with everything mixed together. And once it was all mixed together, it looks a lot less appetizing, and even more so to people who don't like their food touching other food. The last bite was a spoonful of everything, and it was delicious. The gravy saltiness and rich flavor gave the potatoes the flavor and the creaminess they were missing on their own. The beef, again, for a frozen dinner was fantastic, and in most cases, better than your mother-in-law's cooking. The vegetables and the fact that this meal is in a bowl are the only two downfalls. I simply thought the vegetables were just bad, and I didn't like the fact you're supposed to mix everything all together. Stouffer'S, if you're watching, you've made a really good meal here. But if you make this into an actual meal to where the food is separated, and you replace the green beans and carrots with corn, this meal would be a perfect 10 out of 10. But as it is, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Like I said, this is a pretty good meal, and I would definitely get it again. And if you're willing to try it, I think that would be a good idea. Thank you all very much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, leave a comment, subscribe, and share it with your family and friends. And I'll see you soon.